Good morning. Good morning. Hopefully this will work okay. Good morning, everyone. I've actually spent about half an hour procrastinating whether I'm going to share this with you. And it's actually a bit of an experiment, and I'll share with you why. So you'll notice the title that I made 50,000 in 1 hour. I'm going to share with you how. I'm going to do that. I'm going to tell you exactly. Let me just say, here are your comments. Hello, good morning. You're all finding me now. Hey, everyone. So I'm going to share exactly with you how, but the reason why I was so nervous about doing this is because this is going to be brutal, pretty brutal, because there have been so many things that have been really, really annoying me. Now, most of you will know that when you start to either go into a certain industry or you've started to do a certain thing online, because you're looking at more of the same stuff, then your newsfeed shows you more of the same stuff. Would you agree? Type yes in the comments. So if you're in the coaching industry, then you see everybody's seems to be a coach, and you're like, God, there's everybody out there doing it, and everyone's already doing it. If you go into the network marketing industry, all of a sudden you start getting all network marketing industry stuff in your newsfeed, and then you're like, everybody's doing this. And it feels like that, doesn't it? Yes, yes, yes. I know these algorithms, they're bloody smart, I tell you. So I see a lot of stuff online like this, like I made 50,000 in an hour. Now, my point of doing this is to do a test, really. I bet that this video will get, this live will get more interaction than most of the stuff I've done. And if I was to be doing this live and saying, let me help you build a business where you have zero investment to start it, and you can start to make £500 a month within a few months. Do you think, honestly, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the comments, do you think that would get more or less engagement? I'm going to go with less. And the reason for that is because we're all probably built the same way. Everybody wants the fastest route to getting the big wins. And I understand it. I've been there. I click on the posts myself and I have a look at them myself. And I'm like, okay, is this for real? And then it takes time. And then you go down a rabbit hole, and I get it. But it is true. I did make 50,000 in an hour. When I started my coaching business and I launched my first course, I made 50,000 in an hour, technically. The reality behind that was that I'd spent years building an audience in the course that I was selling. I had spent years giving free value to people. I had spent years coaching people for free. I had spent years gathering testimonials and evidence and reviews and all that stuff. And so I had already, another thing that, you wouldn't say is that I had already tried other businesses and failed. And I do speak honestly about that. Let me just plug my charger in. I do speak honestly about that, and I do share that. But of course, the headlines, the things that grab people are the quick wins. And so we take so much time going through these rabbit holes. Now, the problem is we all want the quick wins. My journey in my first business in the network marketing industry was super fast. I didn't know it was really fast compared to everybody else. I haven't even got my brace in, but that was the story. Look at this girl, she's on fire, and she's built this in this time, and she's pregnant, and she's got, she was a police officer and she was able to do it. I told the real story of, listen, I'm working my freaking ass off. I drove 17,000 miles in 4 months. I drove up and down the motorway constantly. I was working 24/7. I told the truth about it, but there's only so much you can get through, in a headline. And I understand the power of sharing a powerful story, but it's got to be the truth, right? It's got to be giving people the reality of what it takes to do that. This is my biggest frustration. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the how to get to 10K months, how to get to 50 grand in an hour, how to do all of this, but not the reality of that being shown behind it. And this, over the years, has massively become my vision. Give them the no BS, cut the crap, tell them like it is. because there's no point in giving people you can do this, you can do that, you can do the other. I hate it. It's been so diluted now. Just type hate it in the comments if you hate it as well. And you hate the fact that you're attracted to this stuff because you all clicked on to watch. Like, you hate the fact that you're attracted to this stuff. Like, what's the reality of this? Like, there's a lot of work that goes into creating a course that you can then sell for 50 grand's worth in an hour. The problem is now we don't know real from fake. We don't know who to trust. And this is my issue. Next week, I'm going to be sharing with you in a free group. It's completely free. The link is in the title. It's in my bio on Instagram. You can click on that link. You can join that group and you can see 5, 6, I think, income streams that you can build with different sacrifices, right? So I've said with 0 sacrifice, because in some, you will not have to sacrifice your time. In others, you will not have to sacrifice money. In others, you will not have to sacrifice risk. But I am just the facilitator. I've got into catering. I'm giving you a buffet spread of different income streams that you can build, but the reality of them. You'll hear from people who are building these income streams and actually what they take to build them. The reality, because what's the point in telling you, oh, you can do this and it takes nothing? I never did that when I was building my team in network marketing. I always told, and whoever has ever joined my team can vouch for me in the comments and say, I always said the truth. When someone said, I want to do what you do, Em, or I want to do what you've done, I'm like, it's flipping hard, mine. Reality is most people won't do that. That's the reality of it. I always try to put people off. I'm like, listen, I don't know anyone else who's done it this quick, and I can't lie to you, but most people I work with do this, this, and this. Most people give up. Most people don't get to that point. So I spoke to a lady this morning, which really motivated me actually to do this live. And the lady was sharing with me that she was struggling. First words, I'm really struggling. She was in a group mentoring program where she's paying £1,000 a month. She can't afford it. Her circumstances have changed since she got started in that program. Issue is, and obviously coaches have to protect themselves and they're delivering services and everything as well. And I get it, but now she's stuck. She's tied up in a contract that she can't get out of. She's obliged and committed to keep paying this £1,000 a month. She's not making the money and she can't afford it. And now she's obviously really struggling, because when you're doing something and you're not making enough money, that puts you into such a bad place, like physically, financially, in your mind as well. This is the problem. This is something that I really hate. I can tell you that I actually sold my own coaching program. It was £3,500. I sold 25 spots. That's £87,500. And I refunded every single penny. I refunded every penny because although the course was worth it, it was amazing. I had conversations with people where I said, this is not for you right now. Or I don't think you're in a financial position right now. Please don't do it. Go and do this, or I'll send you some free training. Start in this area, but this is not for you. But out of, I probably spoke to 60 people. Out of that, I felt that 25 people, it absolutely was for them. It can move the needle. It was definitely right for them. And I sold £87,500 of it. I decided it didn't feel right. It just didn't feel right to me. I didn't feel comfortable with that amount of money. You can say, I know people will be like, oh, it's your self-worth. You know, you're worth more than that, Emma, or whatever. I don't care. It didn't feel right to me. I've had offers to join companies, partner with people that I'd be sat on millions now in my bank account. If it doesn't feel right, I don't do it, which is why now my mission is to help people in an affordable and accessible way. I'm in this dilemma myself, by the way. I've been looking for a coach for ages and I just can't find it. I can't find a coaching program or a one-to-one that I justify in my head, that I know exactly that it will take me, it will swing the needle. And it's frustrating as hell. So I know that other people at different stages of their journey feel exactly the same. Type pain in the comments if you get the pain. If you're like, I know that I need direction. I know that I need clarity. I know that I need support and guidance. But when you look at the things that are on offer, you're like, well, just can't justify it. One of the reasons why I started Entrepreneurs Tea, and it was 39 quid a month, no contract, cancel whenever you want, go in there, access like, I don't even know the value of what's in there now, over 100 grand's worth of stuff, work your way through it, get group mentoring, ask me anything sessions, Q&As, where I'm accessible to people for that amount of money, was exactly because of this. You've got to do what feels right. This is what feels right to me. And hearing the lady who messaged me this morning say that she was stuck in this thing, this is what she was paying, she couldn't afford it, and she was in this really bad place, made me just like, oh, I need to talk about this. So if you do want to know about building real incomes, real side business, exactly the pros and cons, the positives, the negatives, the advantages, the disadvantages, and you don't want to pay a penny for learning that. This took me years of the scrolling through the internet late at night when Sean was asleep, and you know, trying to find something. I always tell everyone, because this is the absolute truth, that I used to look at, you know, could I do that because it was sealing envelopes from home. That was one of the things I actually looked into, like, can I do that for a bit of extra money? It was painful to do that for years. So I've put together a 5-day free event where you can come in. We're going to talk about different streams of income. We're going to talk about businesses that, like Etsy, like Amazon, like monetizing a Facebook group, like becoming a social media manager, jobs that you can do from home. If you're a mum around the kids, if you're somebody who works in like the corporate industry, or you've got a busy job, you can do them in pockets of time. So we're going to be talking about those next week in our free group. You can click on the link to join. I'm going to be talking a lot about this over the coming weeks and months. And it's one of the reasons also that I've helped our students, and we've started our own, well, put it this way, yesterday I got 100 new business partners that I'm going to help to build that side income by promoting something that they already promote for free and they don't get paid for it. And I'm teaching them this week actually how to do that really effectively. So all of this leads into my mission to help people cut the crap. Let's talk about it real and honestly, the pros, the cons, advantages, the disadvantages. So if you want to come and join us in the group, you're more than welcome to. And just say my inbox is always open, and you can always ask me any questions that you like. I'm still very, very accessible. So I'm going to leave you with that now. I'm going to get off my parrot perch, get off my podium. I've shared with you my frustrations, but now it's like, what are we going to do about it? We already have Entrepreneurs Team. We've got more things coming for you as well. But this is just the tip of it, just the tip of the iceberg. So have a wonderful Wednesday. Yeah, 2 Ws. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and I will catch you tomorrow. I'm going to be sharing more.